Welcome back to Get a Job in 30 Days. My name is Townsend, of course. The topic today is appropriate follow-up in the job hunting process. And I get a lot of questions about this, primarily related to, how long should I wait after sending a resume, after my phone interview, after my in-person interview, before following up and seeing where I stand in the process. And the first thing I have to say about this topic is follow-ups are bad. Anytime you leave an interaction with an open-ended, hey, call me in a couple days and we'll see where we're at, puts you in a significantly disadvantaged position. So your first imperative, your first goal is never leave an interaction, never leave a meeting without a scheduled follow-on interaction. Sounds simple. Sometimes in practice it's a little bit harder because we've all been in those situations where we're getting towards the end of the interview or the conversation and the interviewer prompts us with, well, we got a lot of other candidates and we're looking at various folks, so why don't you give me a call in a couple days to follow up. And then we're sitting there saying, should I wait till Tuesday or Thursday or Friday or next week? What if they don't return my call? How many times should I keep bugging them? It really puts you in a bad position. So set expectations clearly up front. Hey, that sounds great. I look forward to catching up. Listen, because you're busy and because I've also running around hunting for other jobs and keeping myself occupied, why don't we put 9 a.m. on Thursday on the calendar? That way we have a quick slot just to catch up and see where we're at. If the answer is, I didn't get the job, at least I've got that and I know it and I won't waste any more time. And similarly, if you want me to move forward in the process, at least we've got that connectivity. Very straightforward, set expectations. If the interviewer is not willing to set a time, well, I'm busy, call me, throughout the day, what have you, you have an opportunity at that point to at least set yourself up to be persistent. Okay, happy to do that. My assumption is you're busy, you're running around. It's probably going to take more than a few calls to get a hold of you. Are you uncomfortable with me calling you every hour on the hour until we get connected? Might take the other person by surprise. They also might see it as a sign of your motivation and commitment to the job. So first rule of follow-up is try not to leave an open-ended conversation. Set the next meeting. Ask for the next meeting. You'll be surprised how often you get it. The second aspect of follow-up is actually fairly straightforward, and that is what level of persistence and what level of length of time should you keep going to figure out where you are in the process. And my view is you keep going until you get an answer, right? At no point in time should your mind's insecurities, fears, concerns, what have you, cause you to stop pursuing that job search. You have to work under the assumption that the other folks are busy, they're running around, they get distracted, they're in meetings, their CEO comes in and yells at them about something. So you are not the top priority in their mind. So I will make a commitment. If I'm going to engage in the job search process, I will call them every day, sometimes more than once a day, and I will continue to do so until somebody calls me back and says, Townsend, we're done with you, please don't call here again. That's a hard mental leap to make because we all have that stuff in our head saying, well, they probably don't like me, what have you. I've gone months and months and months trying to track somebody down only to finally get them and have them say, man, I'm so sorry, I've just gotten busy, right? So part of the key to being persistent is not getting emotional about it, not putting your own fears and insecurities into the other party's head so that when you do talk to them, you're all upset and pissed off and aggravated, but simply making it a regimen, making it a process that you follow every day. If you've got 10 jobs in the hunt, well, every day you pick up the phone and you call those 10 people to check in. You don't fill up their mailbox every day. You don't leave them long-winded voicemail messages. My recommendation is always leave a voicemail the first time. Hey, I'm calling to follow up on the interview we had, on the resume I sent. I will continue to keep calling until I catch you live, right? I like to put that disclaimer in there. It lets them know I'm not going away. And then maybe every 4 or 5 additional contacts or every 4 or 5 days, another email. Hey, I've been trying to reach you live. Sorry, I haven't been able to connect. My number is ... We'll talk about appropriate voicemails in another video, but I hope that's been helpful in terms of getting more insight into how do you actually follow up on resumes and interviews to get the job.